Development, Director of Center for West Visayan Studies, UP Visayas, Executive Director of the University of the Philippines, Visayas Foundation. He serves as Program Manager of Building Resilient and Sustainable Small Island Communities, Enhancement of the Indigenous Peoples Resource Center, and Disaster Risk Reduction Training, Education, and Advocacy for Children Protection and Empowerment. He served as Project Manager, as a Program Manager of Building Resilient and Sustainable Small Island Communities, the Gantes Project, Rehabilitation for Island Sustainability and Empowerment, Child Center Disaster Risk Reduction Program for Western Visayas, Scaling Up Resilience in Government for Western Visayas, Strengthening Local BRRM Institutions in the Gantes Islands, Carles, Iloilo, Strengthening Institutional Capacity for Disaster Risk Management and Climate Change Adaptation through the establishment of BRR, CCA Resource Hub, and Risk Reduction and Capacity Building Program for the Gantes Group of Islands, Carles, Iloilo. So ladies and gentlemen, our second speaker, Mr. Jorge.
Thank you very much. Magandang hapon sa lahat. Mayong hapon sa tanan ng iyong hiligay mo. By the way, it's not a tourism advertisement. I'm not here to promote Gigantes as an alternative tourism site for Boracay. But nonetheless, a lot of issues that I will talk about and share with you this afternoon has something to do with the current state of Gigantes as a small island community. And I'm happy that Seth presented first, and for giving us parts definitions and a comprehensive backgrounder about resilience. So my presentation is more of an attempt to unpack resilience at the level of the community. And so this covers the efforts that we've done in Gigantes Group of Islands for the past 6 years. We've been there since 2012, and our efforts are still ongoing. And while our intervention may be very focused and very specific to 4 communities within Gigantes, I hope it could provide additional insights for all of us here that we can apply in our research, in our public service, or in any other endeavor that we do in partnership with the vulnerable communities within our country or wherever they may be. The flow of the presentation will kind of reflect how how we were initiated with Gigantes. So the first few slides would essentially tell you, or would essentially show to you the beauty of Gigantes, and then some contrasting images later. Here it goes. At least 4 times a week or 3 times a week, we go to this place and hold office. Well, it's a very nice place, and it's a totally different environment compared to our regular office in our university. And if you move around, you get to see this island, which we call Kabubagamay. Although social media users would call it the selfie island. And when you go around a bit, you can see this place and swim with the fishes in Antonia. And of course, marvel at the unique limestone formations, particularly in the Gigantes Sur Island, or swim in Tangke. This is the biggest drawer of Gigantes Islands. Now, if you're not into swimming, then you can marvel at stunning sunrises or enjoy colorful sunsets. And if you're into food, then there's loads of seafood in Gigantes. But that's just one part of the story. Because on the flip side, well, that's just Gigantes Island as a tourist destination. And on the flip side, you get to see this. High levels of vulnerability. Almost 80% of all households in Gigantes are located within danger zones. Poverty is at 80%. And when you go around the island, you can see many houses made up of these materials. Extractive livelihoods, so they're highly dependent on the natural environment for survival, using extractive and of course destructive methodologies. resulting to a fragile environment. And of course, resulting to massive decline in fish production and a lot of stresses when we talk about environmental resources. Service-wise, since they're far away from the island, of course, the quality of social service is always poor, as exemplified by this poor infrastructure and unrepaired barangay halls since 2013. And of course, you can see cases of marginalization, particularly of vulnerable groups, children, women, senior citizens, small-scale fisher folks. Now, they're highly exposed to hazards, particularly of hydrometeorological hazards. And, well, this has to be supported by more studies, particularly by sea level rise and the changing climate. And of course, they're isolated from opportunities and services from the mainland. So, this is the overall context of Gigantes, as we know it, or as we know this group of islands when we started in 2012. But by 2017, they grew into more than 15,000. So Gigantes is composed of 4 barangays. We have Asluman and Gabi in the North Island, Asluman and Granada in the North Island, and Gabi in Lantangan in the South Island. And it is at this particular juncture, as a community development practitioner, me and my colleague, were able to see an opportunity to work with Gigantes and partner with these communities. And the reason why we chose Gigantes group of islands, these small island communities, is because of the very strong maritime heritage of the West Visayan region. The Visayan region, or the Visayas region, in the whole Philippines is the most dispersed. It's the most archipelagic region in the Philippines. And you can find lots of small islands being inhabited by thousands of individuals. And many of them are so far away from service centers that are located usually in the mainland or in the urban centers. And of course, coastal communities and island communities are close to the heart of UP Visayas. And the mandate of our institution is fisheries. So we're kind of pushed by our administration to pursue this kind of work. Of course, it provides venue as community development workers for direct application of community development theories and framework. And along the way, we brought in our students with us to learn with our partner communities. And just to give some sort of a direction to where we're going with this engagement, now, first, because we would like to put small island communities on the map. Now, it's ironic that the Philippines, as an archipelagic country, seldom uses maritime perspectives in understanding the realities and challenges of many islands across the country. And so we hope that the expanding knowledge about small island communities would develop deeper appreciation of the unique ecosystems that would be found in these areas. And of course, we also wish to secure the link between the islands and the mainland government to ensure that services are being delivered accordingly and rightfully. And of course, convert the knowledge into community voice and power through community organizing, capacity building, and mainstreaming of small islands in local planning and policy, or even by just sharing their experience in venues like this. This is the framework that sort of guided us in the process of building the resilience of those 4 island communities. We started with this post-Typhoon Yolanda, but through time, it kept on evolving and it kept on changing. And for the past 2 years, we focused much of our attention on natural resource management and ecotourism development. These are very new and very important concerns for the people in Gigantes right now. And just to break the flow of what we're doing, and well, frankly, to cheat a bit, let me share to you this video of what we're doing in Gigantes Islands.
So, ilang minutes po?
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
We started here in Igantes in 2012. Initially, pumunta kami dito bilang mga turista. Then nakita namin yung kagandahan ng isla.
Bulbol, ipol. Sa taas. Nag-stop siya.
Around 80% of the people here in Igantes are living below poverty line. Igantes is around 26 kilometers away from the mainland. Isolated na sila, marginalized pa sila. So they're kind of suffering from different layers of marginalization.
Pamumuhay dito sa isla ay talagang sa dagat ng
We started here in Igantes in 2012. Initially, pumunta kami dito bilang mga turista. Then nakita namin yung kagandahan ng isla. Around 80% of the people here in Igantes are living below poverty line. Igantes is around 26 kilometers away from the mainland. Isolated na sila, marginalized pa sila. So they're kind of suffering from different layers of marginalization.
pamumuhay dito sa isla ay talagang sa dagat lang kami nakasalalay. Walang tiyak na income. Kasi ang panahon ang nagdadala ng pamumuhay dito. Pag yan kung kailan ka uuwi, kung uuwi ka na, kung di ang huli mo, or uuwi ka na, medyo kakano yung bata. Nadagdagan pa ng tourism na kahit nagluluto dito, nagtitinda ng mga pagkain, mga ano na, yung mga drivers namin, medyo may kita-kita na rin.
Malaki na itulong sa amin yung turista, pag bumuto sa amin, sa paggagay namin dito sa mga turista.
Talagang mga tao dito, naghahanap po siya na kahit ano na lang, kabuhayan ko ay tulad ng ganito. Yun, ang masama ko yung anak. Dalawa na ako. Ang malalakas na nun. Kaya po sa akin kasi ito.
Yung kanilang kabuhayan ang masyado ng na-damage na dahil sa mga illegal fishing activity.
Madalang iisip ko na walang sinasabi yan. Yun talaga nagsira sa dagat na kaiputan yung sakot ng harvest. Kahit naka-living yung isda, puha talaga yan.
The reason why na masyadong well-established din yung proseso ng pag-angat ng kanilang pamumuhay. Yung pinaka-tutok talaga namin is how to promote small island resilience, enhance community capacities, to confront existing vulnerabilities. Matindi yung pangangailangan in terms of disaster preparedness.
Tapos lahat na dinala ng UP Visayas dito, magturo na sa atin yung lahat na pwedeng mangyari sa bahay man o sa laro. Nag-drilling, binigyan kami ng mga warning device.
Yung shrine po, lagay sila ng AWS dito, Automated Weather System, para po ma-monitor po kung ano po yung lagayan pa ng dito sa aming barangay.
Yung process available data under sa weather system.
Bukod na ako sa pag-aaral, tulungan ko pa magpamali ko, nilalato ko sa ako ng sila.
Barangay ay nakapamulit sa community tapos ako nito ang parties dahil sa nilalagay dyan. Nakikita namin dito kapag bumaba yung barometer, yung pressure. So kapag umaga, forecast kami na may kaparatingan sa mga panahon. Para nakapaganda naman yung mga kapalakot, yung nakapamonitor sa radio.
Ako, naglalakad sa mga sa papuntang Marola, sakay sa Singon. Naglalawak ako sa Bingapon. Kung sinasabihan ko na mag-ready na tayo kasi may darating na bagyo. Pagdating na ng bagyo na malakas at hindi, pasok doon tayo sa Kulba.
pag may laban na yung mga hapon dito, yung Chimpumira. So, hindi kumpleto ang magpunta ng turista dito pag wala sa dyan.
Activity po dito. Karamihan po dito na activity, yung mga bata yung driver, saka yung mga nakatingin na driver, saka yung hindi maingat ng driver po. Sa barangay ngayon, may pinakatupad na halimbawa na association ng speed limit namin. Dapat pag tourist yung sakay namin, dapat nasa 20 kps lang.
Inano din namin na dapat dalawa ang karga. So, hindi talagang lang ginagawa namin na para maingatan yung tuloy. At lahat para mapunalagaan nilang sarili.
When we conducted yung initial studies for the RISE project, iba yung context. No? We focused our attention so much on natural hazards. So, pasok ng GLDR, timing siya. Kasi yung mga dialogues, mga goals, were for Senday, na pinapasok na yung concept ng everyday disasters, no? Yung mas malawak pagtingin sa vulnerability. So, mas yun actually nagpapagpalawak pa ng pagtingin din namin when we talk about risk and vulnerabilities within gigantes.
Sa health, pag nanganganak ka, itakbo ka doon. Kung minsan, hindi na makapag-abot ng midlan, ng doktor, nanganganak sa kawan ng lao.
Ay, iba naman mamatay na pumunta sa bana. Yung ito naranasan ko sa mga anak ko, nag-anak, walang pambot, walang kastang araw. Tawag ka na ng party rakaw, matagal ko mga anak. Parang takbo yata ka oras bago ko ng mga anak. Dito, binibigyan niya ng ikan, ang tawag na labas ng bata. Yun ang mahirap ngayon para hindi manis kaso. Inaano na ni Kap na mayroon na paulit dito kanina para kung malakas ang alon, may malaki gatang na kanilang ng patrol na punta ng Paris. Nagawa na lahat ng mga barangay official at saka tinutulungan kami ng UK.
There are other threats within the islands na kailangan i-take into consideration. Yung pag-uncover ng mga ganong risk also enhance and enrich how we approach yung engagements namin with the Rice Bank Gigantes Project. Yung pagandang talaga ng GLDR, kasi very purposive, di ba, yung pagkuha ng sino ba yung dapat tumako. We were able to extract directly from those individual participants yung concern nila as a member of a specific group or sector within the community. Very slow onset siya, unti-unti siya nilang nararamdaman, but yung impact niya, yung long-term niya na effect is as debilitating as the effect of, like say, that big event like Ilanda.
Ayaw water system, talaga malaki yung katulong niya. Kasi paano yung tao sa, hindi nakikilog sa pagpunta, dito na lang.
Pag malakas ang hangin, walang pwede kumuha doon. Kasi bato doon eh. Nagkagulo-gulo kung saan kami bibili kasi baubusan naman. Dumadami na kami sa kailangan na talaga na mayroon kasi kasama sa pag-progression ng isang barangay.
Water is a very important resource here in Gigantes na kailangang i-manage properly na para na more or less merong equal access yung mga tao. Pinasok na namin yung issue ng illegal fishing, pinasok na namin yung regulation ng transport sector dito sa isla. These are the actual problems that we need to confront to achieve small island resilience. Yung apat na barangay, they also decided to unite as one community. At yun yung tinatawag nila isda for Gigantes. Isda for Gigantes or Fish for Gigantes, although isda really stands for Island Sustainable Development Alliance.
Lahat na problems ng motorcycle, problems ng boat owner, problems ng beach owner, problem ng youth. Diyan, pag-usapan.
Napag-isipan nila na siguro pag mag-isa sila at pagsabay-sabay sila gumalaw, they could more or less synchronize their efforts.
Nangiting na yung isang mga barangay ang tungkol dito sa amin. Kasi noon, di ka talaga makabasta-basta makakuha ng gamot sa bayan. Ngayon, mabilis na ang hihinang gamot.
Parents na nagkaka-consider na, and then they can be able to identify their needs. Ang mga tao dito, mas more organized na. Although challenge yung wala signal, distansya from mainland, pero may mga attention na nagbibigay sa isla. Especially roads here, start to yellow.
Maganda na yun. May kasada na tayo, biglang nag-asenso ng slide dante.
We're only starting in terms of uniting them. Yung isda na nangailangan pa talaga ng close mentoring, ng pag-akay.
Mahirap kalimutan ang ginawa ng Tagayubi dito. Pagsikapan namin na mapangalagaan yung iniwan nila dito at mapatuloy namin.
Okay, so the video pretty much encapsulates what we did in Gates for the major part of our engagement. It's still an ongoing work, that's what I mentioned earlier. And the video actually reflects on what we did in Gates immediately after the Budulanda, supported by Christian Aid. And right now we're being aided by these different partners in our effort to continuously build the resiliency of those 4 island communities, the farthest island communities in the province of Iloilo. And I think I have more slides actually, but I think the video pretty much covers those slides. And if you have questions, maybe we can entertain them after, I think, CD's presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Eli. Okay, for our third speaker, he is an adjunct professor of economics at the Department of Spatial Economy of Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences in Poland. His research interests focused on economic aspects of natural disasters and emergency management, efficiency of structural flood protection, valuation of environment, public safety, and landscape. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Z.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is shortly Ziggy. Yeah, it is okay. I'm from European Union, and when I was 15 years old, my town was affected by a great flood. The flood affected Poland, Germany, and Czech Republic. I did pictures, I did documentary study. I even know that 12 years later, I will write my PhD concerning economic aspects of natural disasters policy on the local level, and I published a book concerning that issue. Now I'm finishing second book concerning efficiency of structural flood protection. I was sitting at the desk for 2 years. For 2 years I'm finishing now. I tried as best as I can to fit to this panel session. So my presentation is entitled Community-Based Environmental Management as the panel session. Karin inspired me because yesterday We have seen pictures with wastes everywhere, thrown by sea. Here you have a picture from this campus with sorted wastes, with probably realized executed environmental management. Background. As we know, Philippines are third most disaster-prone country in the world. Here, this country is affected by hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanic activity, everything, like landslides, mostly everything. This picture I took before landing. We can see floodplains over there. And background of the project. As we can see, natural disasters is not natural, not only natural. We have climate change. It impacts temperature, precipitation, snow cover. It influences snow cover. It influences wind. And then we have hot days, heat waves, dry spells, wet spells, next floods, slow instability, landslides, and then is the question: can we use land properly or not? Land vegetation degradation, land use change, human activities. So disasters are not natural; they are also anthropogenic. As you can see also, the notion protection of an environment is not the same as the protection of nature, because we can have conflict with this. For example, when we are localizing hydropower plant on the river in the area of a national park, we have conflict with protection of nature and protection of environment. So this is not the same. Not always protection of environment is similar with protection of nature. And until 19th century, leading economists such as Adam Smith, Dave Ricardo, were convinced of the unlimited resources. Some of the economists, for example, Malthus and John Stuart Mill, they had slightly different views for this issue. What is the truth? The tallest one had right, the water is drying. For example, we can see drying Aral Sea or Chad Lake. We have the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Young Dutch teenager is trying to solve this problem. I hope he will manage with it. We have problem with available fresh water. It is not really good. As we can see, we have approximately in our planet 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of all water. Available fresh water, we have approximately 2 million cubic kilometers only. Imagine that our planet is basketball, all water is all for golf, all fresh water is